Excuse me? What did you say?
I didn't stutter. I said, pop your titty out his mouth and stop babying him.
Greetings. I'm back. It's been a minute. Apologies for the delay. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. But to spark off my return to internet commentary, I guess I would say, I want to start off with where I've been for the past couple of months. The whole life, work, personal relationships, everything else like that, it just gets to be a lot. You find yourselves juggling just all of the world, and some things will ultimately have to take a back seat. And that's what the commentary has been for me. It's like, hey guys, kind of got to put you on the back burner here for a while. And during that time, as you can see, I got into the car accident, and that was a hell of a week. But it took a week for me to get the car that you see to the right. So, you know, I'm blessed. You know, God favors me to no end, and so I can't complain. I can just put my head down, as we as men do, and grind. And that's ultimately what the wave has been for the past few months. And now that we're all caught up, not all caught up. First and foremost, shout out to all my former co-workers who are now subscribed to the channel. Hope you're listening. I miss you guys already, but I've gotten a better position, so I'm definitely on my way there. Life goes on, and definitely never. Please don't forget to check in every once in a while. All right. So, guys, with that being said, with me getting back into the game, there are a few stories that have happened since I've been gone that I want to take the time out to cover right quick. All right, so all right. If you're familiar with me, you know my main draw, at least I believe, is my self-awareness. I am very aware that America is nothing more than a gigantic plantation, or as it was better described to me, a free-range tax farm. If you don't believe that we're all still slaves, I mean, look at that nice little social security number you got there, champ. All right? We're all still slaves here. So when one of us gets elevated beyond any necessary need, it's amazing to see Massa crack that whip on their ass and bring them right back on down to reality, because the absolute dismantling of Lizzo has been. If you are familiar with me, you're familiar with the content at all. I believe Lizzo, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, they all exist to propagate this cultural North Star for a lot of women, that reaffirms their worst natural instincts and behaviors. Oh, you can just go, you can live like a man, you can do whatever you want, you can eat it however much you want, you should be able to be loved, and da 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 da, like fat shaming and body positivity and all of these terrible traits, what have you, all these ungodly traits that our media and our capitalist society relies upon relies upon women to indulge in. She gets elevated in order to propagate these things. So to watch Massa say, hey, mission accomplished, we're done, snap his fingers, and see the wave of vitriol and retaliation come at this woman has been just so delicious. It has to be fattening. I'm about to go work out right now because I feel like it's nothing but calories, man. Calories for my soul to hear all these, and make no mistake, when it comes to all the accusers, all the accusations, they are accusations. None of this has been proven in the court of law or anything else like that. But once again, to watch the same media apparatus, our masses media apparatus, elevate her in the manner. I still don't think I've heard the song "Truth Hurts." I still don't, I may have, but I still don't like. I don't recall ever hearing a single song of this woman's. But we live in the age of the internet, and all of the internet is binary, including, so it's all a matter of ones and zeros, right? Including those Spotify numbers, and if they want to sit there and just with the press of a button, they can ultimately make whoever they want popular these days, right? So that's exactly what happened to her, along with the backing of the establishment media, where you got CBS and NBC and Time and NPR and all of these other outlets pushing and elevating and shoving this woman down our throats for the past 4 or 5 years, right? Now they've all completely turned on her, and it's amazing to watch. It truly is, to a point where I'm actually starting to feel bad. Like every day somebody's coming out. Lizzo stole my boyfriend. Lizzo made me eat bananas. Lizzo had us in the section. And Mersh from Revenge of the Sis had one of the just most hilarious takes. He was like, "So a fat hypersexual monster turned out to be a fat hypersexual monster." Oh, and our belly, that the internet never stop being you. And so, on to, the Adam 22 situation. Guys, his last name is Grand Mason. I'm going to say it again. His last name is Grand Mason. If this isn't a psyop to, just like Lizzo, propagate this idea that, it's okay to weak-minded individuals. They're like, it's okay to have other dudes, and color has nothing to do with it. Any other semen getting pumped up in your chick is a violation, fam. I mean, hell, I didn't even think that was a line. You guys remember The Hangover? He's like, well, when they were arguing about how Stu's girlfriend had cheated on him, he's like, well, he didn't even come in her. Adam 22 can't even say that shit. Hell yeah, I saw it. It's me, guys. Yeah, I watched that shit. I watched it for the show. I didn't watch it for recreational purposes. I literally just watched it because I wanted to see how they got down. But is what it is. It sucks. Once you get to I promise you guys, once you get to a certain point, it's no different than going to the gym. What else we got? Oh yeah, we got that the brawl. The brawl that took place in Louisiana, where everyone was fighting and scrapping. Is what it is. They because here's the reason I kind of see it as mundane. Because when it was described to me, this was one of the few things that I actually heard about before I saw. And so when it was described to me, I just imagined a mountain, like something of a cavalry coming through and saving this brother, right? Like I just and everybody just charge and some Avengers Endgame shit happening. But what ultimately happened was they got away from each other, but then once everything had calmed down a bit, then the scrapping popped back off and the numbers were a lot more even. I thought, they was getting down on my man like that. But nah, not really. Once everything had calmed down, as you you can kind of see it over here. It's more one-on-one battles than Avengers Assemble shit. You know what I'm saying? Neo, he got caught into a little bit of what they would like to call controversy when he said the most basic take you could ever have in life. Hey, children aren't supposed to be making these choices for themselves. That's not a cancelable offense by any stretch of the imagination. Wow, dude, I see why you always wear hats. And I thought it was no, these aren't revolutionary ideas at all. Our media, and this has been the problem for the longest time. The media is basically nothing but feminine. It's the feminine, and they get so butthurt whenever anything, any idea doesn't go their way. You have any objection to something that she's doing, oh no, how dare. And so the only reason this was even a story is because of the media being so in its feminine, and that's been the case since 2008 and 2000, actually 2006, 2007, when Obama was initially coming on to the scene. Because remember, you couldn't say anything about Obama because, oh my goodness, oh, you'd be accused of being racist, and they turned the accusation of racism into the act of racism. And so thus, and they've been living in this delusion for well over 12, 13 years at this point. So yeah, like, that's the most mundane take. No, children should not be, like, you're their parent. Children have guardians for a reason. It's protect them from everything, but most importantly themselves. And guess what? As we are learning in the world today, women fall under that same purview as well. Like, they like to sit here and say that they don't need us, but you can say that all you want, but reality is shaping up to be something completely different. And speaking of which, and this is what we're going to end on because this video's run long enough. Yeah, I'm just using this Mother's March thing as a backdrop because there's been quite a few really interesting laws that have been getting passed at the statewide level, including mandatory paternity testing, as well as mandatory paternity testing in cases where the father is in cases of a child born out of wedlock, meaning that yeah, if you guys aren't married, then that child gets tested automatically off rip. And I believe this was in Tennessee, if memory serves me correctly. And that's absolutely fantastic. Props to them for that, as well as Florida turning back ending the forever alimony, meaning that if you get married and you can't you get married, then that alimony, like, you don't have to pay your ex-wife alimony for forever. And as per usual, women are reeing and screeching about it, but it is absolutely fantastic. And the positive note that I want to end this, at least my return video back on, is this is great. This is amazing how there's a lot of blowback and turning back towards some type of equilibrium in as far as the courts go in certain very specific cases. Now you kind of got to move on out to Tennessee, right? Or shoot on over to Florida. But what happens at the state, it'll take a while, but it does tend to start reflecting itself in federal, and in other states pick up these laws as well. It's just how large do the voices for these laws get. So guys, with that being said, we're gonna bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff, if you like it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single week. We're changing that up, all right? I can't do everyday content anymore, but I will strive for at least weekly content from here on out. So yeah, it kind of threw me off. But yeah, so with that being said, all the internet stuff, you like this, like that, every single day. Share it. If I said anything you thought worth a damn, and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? I've covered quite a few things here in this short span that in this relatively long span these days. But either ways, I've missed you guys, and I'm ready to get back at it and keep talking about all the wild shit that's going on, because this didn't even cover politics. This was just cultural shit. Like, the politics, that requires another dedicated video that you'll get in a day or so. All right, guys, until the next one.